In the past 2 years, there was a lot of properties that was sold in Ibeju-Lekki, particularly after the refinery. This land was sold 650k, 750k, 50k per plot, buy 5 get 1 free, buy 6 get 1 free. I don't want to start mentioning estate names and estate companies' names. But these properties, the title that they were sold with was Excision in process, Excision in view. And for a lot of this year, most of the properties that are trending is Ekpe. And a lot of new companies and existing developers have also gone to Ekpe, Itu Ekpe, Igbonla, Iragushi, and so on, and launched different properties with freehold, CFO in view, CFO in process, and so on. And I've realized that a lot of investors, both that those that bought Ibeju-Lekki around 2 years ago, and also new investors, are also trying to position themselves around the Ekpe, get something affordable, get something cheap, and buy most of this land around 1 million, 950k, 50k, and so on. But in this episode of Meet the Property Guy, we'll be talking about Excision in view properties in Ibeju-Lekki and freehold properties in Ekpe, what you should know. There are so many important things that you should know about these properties. Now, in case you are coming across a video like this for the first time, this is Meet the Property channel, and this will discuss everything real estate for first-time investors, avid investors, people who are not investing yet, but they want to understand the market, understand everything about real estate. We share tips, guides, and advice about real estate, about risk assessment, locations, short let, everything you should know, property documents. We share everything here. So this is your go-to channel if you want to invest in real estate here in Nigeria. So I would advise that after watching this particular video, you go to our different playlists. You have a playlist on real estate warnings, you have a playlist on real estate companies, you have a playlist on Ekpe, you have a playlist on short let, you have a playlist on Lagos mainland, and so on and so forth. We have different topics and different episodes we have covered under this playlist. So let's go into the topic: freehold land in Ekpe and Excision in view land in Ibeju-Lekki, what you should know. So before we go fully into the topic, I've been requesting for like almost 6 videos now. I want video testimonials, and you guys have been breaking my heart. I've been sharing a lot of free guides here. You guys have been learning, and you guys don't even want to acknowledge it. All right, so if you haven't subscribed to our channel also, this is another fantastic opportunity for you to subscribe so that you don't miss any of our videos, don't miss any of our topics, because I really want to hit 2k subscribers by the end of the year. All right, now I've done a video before talking about Excision land in Ibeju-Lekki, and I've done a previous video also talking about Excision in view lands in Ibeju-Lekki. So in the description of this video, I'll be sharing a link to the video where I talk about Excision land in Ibeju-Lekki, and a link to the video where I talk about Excision in view land in Ibeju-Lekki. Now, the first thing you need to understand about Excision in view land and freehold land, both of them, both Excision in view land in Ibeju-Lekki and freehold land in Ekpe, is that these lands don't have a title. These lands don't have a title. Freehold is not a title. CFO in view is not a title. CFO in process is not a title. Registered survey is not a title. Deed of assignment is not a title. The deed of assignment and registered survey are given for you to possess a title on that property. Freehold land in Ekpe, Excision in view land in or Excision in process land in Ibeju-Lekki, both they don't have a title. So for a lot of you guys that 2 years ago, 3 years ago, bought a lot of land in Ibeju-Lekki, 12 plots, 15 plots, 6 plots, buy 6 get 1 free, buy 5 get 1 free, 850k, 950k, and now again you are buying freehold land in Ekpe, 950k, 850k, 750k, still doing the same thing, buy 6 get 1 free, 2.5 million, 2 million, buy 6 get 1 free. All these land, they don't have a title. Now, it's not bad for you to buy. I sell freehold land in Ekpe. I've bought like almost 5 different freehold land. But me that I'm buying and me that I'm selling, I already know the risk attached to this property. So I already know what I have to do next after I've purchased the property, which is one thing a lot of you guys don't know, because a lot of your realtors don't tell you. If you buy an excision in process land or excision in view land, there is something you have to do next. If you buy a freehold land, a CFO in view land, a CFO in process land, there is something you have to do next. Most times the companies have not even filed for a CFO. They have not filed for any regularization. They just put the CFO in view there or the CFO in process there, so that you guys will be a bit more relaxed and a bit more comfortable for you to invest. The price that you are buying a property will determine if the company are going to perfect it. That's the truth. A company cannot sell a land for 850k or for 1 million and you expect them to do CFO. How is it possible? Because the CFO is almost like times 3 or times 4 of the value that they have sold that land to you. So it's up to you to perfect it. So which are the different things you need to understand about these property titles, property documents? Now, I'm not going to go too deeply about talking about or dissecting the property titles or property documents in this episode. Maybe somewhere on the screen, I can share a link to my video where I did my series where I talked about property hierarchy. So I did like part 1, part 2, part 3 in that series, about how you can perfect from freehold to CFO, from governor gazette to governor's consent, from excision to another. So I'll also share a link to that series on property hierarchy in the description box too. So maybe after watching this video, you can go to the description box and watch all the videos that I share the link in the description. It's very important. Now, going forward, freehold land is not terrible for you to buy, basically, as long as an investor you understand the risk attached to what you are investing in. You know, the people that bought excision in view, excision in process 2 years ago, 3 years ago, they don't have understanding of property titles. So a lot of them just bought blindly, or let's say ignorantly. But with my videos, with my guides, a lot of people have understand better what they bought. But again, they are now making even the same mistake by buying freehold too. I've said this before. Instead of you buying 12 plots, buy 1 plot that have CFO. Instead of you buying 15 plots, buy 1 plot that have governor's consent. Instead of you finding 6 plots and get 1 free, buy half plots that have gazettes or that have CFO, but they're not going to listen. You won't listen to my warnings, you won't listen to my guides. You go and buy and then come back to me. Alright. Now, as I said before, once you see a property or an advert, you see excision in process, excision in view, CFO in view, CFO in process, registered survey, freehold, just know that that land, number 1, doesn't have a title. So what you want to do next is to send your surveyor there to ascertain what is the status of the land. Is it an acquisition where you can do regularization or ratification, or is the land actually free where you can do your CFO? So by knowing the status of this land, then you can know what you have to do next and how much you will be spending next after you have bought the land. But just know that you are spending more. It's clear. You are buying any land in Ekpe right now at 2 million, 2.5 million, 950k, 1.5 million, 4 million. You are still going to spend more. The Lagos State government are waiting for all of us, me inclusive, because me too, I bought freehold land. So they are waiting for all of us when it comes to documentation and title. So this land, they don't have a title. If the company tell you that CFO input a CFO, you ask them, where is your CFO file number? Some have CFO file number and they'll put it on a flyer, CFO file number, so you can check the CFO file number. But most times, CFO in view, CFO in process, they just give you a registered survey, they can give you a registered survey and that's it. It's up to you for you to perfect. So you must understand all this risk. And that's why you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. So all your property in Ibeju-Lekki is excision in view. You don't even have one property in Ibeju-Lekki that is approved excision or that is gazette. All your land in Ekpe is freehold or registered survey or CFO in view. You don't have one land in Ekpe that have governor's consent or CFO. It's not good. It's not good. Because these properties, the risk on it, because of the title, is higher than those ones at excision or those ones at CFO. So that's why you want to spread your risk. As you are buying the excision in view, the excision in process, the freehold, you also want to buy one that have CFO, which is what I did. I have like 5 properties in Ekpe where I bought on freehold. Then I came to Ibeju-Lekki and bought a gazette land. I went to Mowe and bought a CFO land, because these ones, the title are more secured. So I'm not just putting all my eggs in one basket and putting all my properties on one risk, because it's not nice to lose a property. It can devastate you for life. So that's why you yourself want to prepare yourself. You yourself want to protect yourself. So if you have, understandably, properties in Ekpe at CFO, at governor's consent, are much more higher. 22 million, 15 million, 20 million to buy a plot. So I know that not everybody can afford that budget. Me too, I can't afford that budget. But despite that, you still want to spread your risk. If you can't afford CFO in Ekpe, go to Mowe and buy a CFO. If you can't afford CFO in Ekpe, go to Alagbado and buy a CFO. If you can't afford CFO in Ekpe, go to Ibadan and buy a CFO. Don't let all your properties in Ekpe all be freehold or all be CFO in view. It's not advisable. It's not, particularly if you know that you don't have the capital or the funds for you to perfect that document in the future. All right, so for a lot of you guys that have been watching our videos, learning from our episodes, and you have been enjoying our topics, kindly do subscribe. Kindly do subscribe. Like I said, I really want my subscriber hit to hit 2K subscribers by the end of the year, and I still want video testimonials. Stop breaking my heart, everybody. I have not even received up to 5 video testimonials yet. That's why I've been asking for it. It's simple. I just want you guys to tell us how much impactful we have been and how much you have been learning from our videos. I really want those videos to be testimonials. So now you've understood what I mean by freehold, you understood what I mean by acquisition. So when you see a property on freehold, don't even bother asking what's the title. You should know that there's no title on it. There's a title on it, it will be freehold in the first place. If you see any property acquisition in process or acquisition in view, you should know that there's no title on it. So there's no reason why I should be asking what's the title. So you that you are buying already, you should know that this property that I'm buying has no title. So it's about you now knowing the status of that land. Is it a committed acquisition? Is it a non-committed acquisition? Is it a free land? Is it a residential land? Is it an agric land? Is it a forestry zone land? So that you know what you are going to do next after you have purchased that property. And which is one thing that we do very well. For any property that I sell, I usually know the status of that land, and I'm also going to advise you accordingly before you buy. For a lot of people that have been asking, I sell properties. I sell land and houses. Lagos, Ogun State, Abuja. We have properties. Ibadan. We also have some properties in Ibadan too. Yeah, I sell properties. That's what I do. Although I don't come here on YouTube and come and say buy. But we have our portfolio. There are different properties now on our portfolio: farmland, commercial land, residential land, off-plan. So if you want to decide, or if you want to view our portfolio, you can always reach out to me. My WhatsApp number is always on the screen. I can share with you what we have. I can also share the hotspot locations in Lagos, the hotspot locations in Ogun State, the hotspot locations in Abuja, where you should be investing. All right, so you can drop a comment. You can drop a comment if you have any further questions about acquisition in process land you've bought, acquisition in view land that you've bought. Luckily for me, unfortunately for me, I did not sell any acquisition in process or acquisition in view land all those time, even when it was trending in Ibeju-Lekki. So if you have bought any acquisition in process, any acquisition in view, any freehold land, you can drop a comment. You can drop a comment here, and I'll try to advise you. If I know about the property, if I don't know about the property, I will definitely tell you I don't know about the property, but I'll try to advise you what you can do on that particular property that you have bought. Kindly give us a thumb like also if you enjoyed this video, and if you have not subscribed yet, once again, kindly do subscribe, and also turn on the notification button so that you don't miss any of our videos. So I see me number one property on the planet, your property advisor, property consultant, Rabi Mustafa. Thanks once again for watching our video, and see you next time.